Miller doesn't want this.
Miller's
Miller
the
wants
only
no
one
part of
betting
this.
it up. Oh, he got cursed. All
had-
3 members of Super Money.
We've made history. 3 curses in one match. And the bell hasn't even rung.
Yeah, there's still a wrestling match somewhere in this.
Ring the bell.
There's the bell.
Whoa!
Oh my God, it was almost over in 3 seconds.
That would have been probably the quickest match in UPW history. Danhausen, Simon Miller. We are underway. Miller took a double axe handle there. Danhausen with the big splash.
And you know, the effects of the curse remain to be seen on Simon Miller, but I was going to point this out earlier. Danhausen, possibly the hardest opponent in professional wrestling to prepare for.
Absolutely, so unorthodox. There's the cover. Hooks the leg. You're so right, so unorthodox, so off the wall. So there is no way you can really prepare for him.
Right.
You can watch as much tape as you want. You can review all his other matches. It'll go on and on and on. There is always something different that Danhausen brings to the ring.
To the point that I question whether Danhausen even understands Danhausen. Because now he's the referee.
I think
And Ian agrees with him. Ian said, great idea.
Ian needed only a little bit of prompting and he was there.
Scott and Joey all drove all the way to Weymouth just to get kicked out and sent packing.
All the way from Wales down to Weymouth. They got cursed. They got those god-awful costumes. And now they've been kicked out.
Maybe that was the curse, Barnsdale, that Danhausen knew beforehand they were going to be ejected. It was Danhausen's idea.
Speaking of Danhausen, he's on the outside with Simon Miller. Miller's managed to get his t-shirt off. Now this is interesting. This is something we need to talk about. This is Miller's first match back.
That's right.
He has been suffering with a severe shoulder injury. You can see his right shoulder is heavily taped there.
Oh yeah.
Almost like a bullseye on it. But he has been recovering. I think it's been 2 months since he's actually had a match.
And you know, I've talked to wrestlers for years about tape and braces injuries, whether you want to wear it to support yourself or whether you're drawing a giant bullseye on there. We'll see a cunning competitor like Danhausen. I think he'll be crazy not to take advantage of it.
Can't quite see what Danhausen's doing over there, but he's definitely controlling Miller.
I mean, so far in this match, it looks like I do believe in curses.
And I think Miller is starting to believe it.
Miller's struggling to gain any control, any advantage so far.
Danhausen taking control, spending time having a chance to interact with the fans. Miller in the ring. There you go. You get a good shot of his taped up shoulder there.
And here's the thing, this isn't just a wrestling match. We talk about Simon Moneymaker Miller, but Danhausen also Money Motivator. Oh, good
Oh, there we go. Kick the rope, inadvertently, I'm sure he'd say, which caught Danhausen low.
But it certainly paid off for Miller because now this is the first time he's taken Danhausen down.
Miller now taking some of his aggression out on the referee.
But in Miller's defense, I was going to point out, Danhausen threatened not just to win the match, but to take Miller's money.
Well, that's Danhausen's cloak. He's being choked with his own cloak.
I think he even said something about taking Miller's wife.
Well, that would aggravate anyone, unless you wanted rid of her.
Of course, but what you just bring up now, it's the head game that Danhausen plays with everyone. Underneath the very nice, very evil, there's a very crafty head game, psychological manipulation. Is Miller going to give into it, or is it going to just infuriate him further?
But you say about head games. Now he's playing the head games. Miller's got Danhausen's own cloak on. And it's one thing to be beaten up by a guy, but something completely different to be beaten up by a guy wearing your own cloak.
Now, could possibly wearing the cloak break the curse?
I don't know enough about curses to really answer the question.
I don't understand
But I know
anything
enough
I'm talking
about
about.
chops. in control. Danhausen struggling. I mean, there is obviously a weight difference here between the two of them. Though if you ask Danhausen, he's allegedly over 300 pounds.
I was gonna say it depends.
He also stands 6'7" tall. Did you know?
He looks. You know, it depends on where you're standing in. Weymouth Pavilion. But he's firing up. He's coming back. He's rocking him in the turnbuckle.
Straight uppercut. Miller is rocked. Head first into the opposite turnbuckle.
I can't believe Miller. Well, I spoke too soon. He's still got the cloak in possession.
Danhausen taking it off him. Now, I suppose what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Miller used the ropes. Danhausen's going to use the ropes.
A little tit for tat.
Now to the other turnbuckle. Miller been giving a short tour of the ring currently.
Danhausen taking him around the world.
Choppy, choppy. Danhausen.
Simon Miller, he's all about the green, but right now his chest is all red.
But he's still in control, back in control with that mule kick. Elbow straight to the back of the neck of Danhausen. Hard impact. It almost feels like the fun and games are over.
It might be.
Yeah. Miller is peed off.
Simon Miller, you talked about 2 months. He really needs to make a definitive statement, get a decisive win over someone like a Danhausen.
And that has been part of the complaint or the criticism about Miller since he's been with the brothers. It's almost like he's lent too much into the comedy, too much into the mocking people. People want to see a more serious Miller.
Well, there was nothing comedic about that net breaker we just saw.
Absolutely not.
But Danhausen making it clear he kicked out at 2.
But Miller isn't stopping. He's working on the neck. And we'll let those comments just be as they are. Reverse DDT straight down. On the neck again, high impact. Still a 2. Danhausen showing his tenacity there. Showing his endurance.
The neck might be looking to decapitate Danhausen. I mean, really, in a match like this, I don't even know what we're going to see.
With Danhausen, anything is possible, from curses to apparently shooting lightning bolt.
And wait, what is? Oh my God!
Oh my!
Wait, Barstool, I got breaking news.
Go on.
It's the Miller Dollar Dream.
You two have got to stop spending time together.
Heard it here first.
The Miller Dollar Dream.
And I think that Danhausen's out. He's fading.
Whatever you want to call it, this move is one of the most effective sleeper holds in all of wrestling. Danhausen is fading. He's down. Our senior official there is checking. Oh, he's back. Can Miller crank onto it again?
Simon couldn't hold on. Damn it.
Cutter! Danhausen looking. Both guys are down.
But Danhausen, he doesn't even have the strength left to roll over. He just needs to drape an arm across
One arm
Simon
is
Miller.
all it takes. On our official account.
He's trying to. He can't get it.
We're up to 3. Our senior official Ian Menzies leveling the count. If Stephen Men gets the feet by 10, it will be a draw. No one wants to see that tonight.
Absolutely not.
Danhausen is the first to his feet. Scott Miller. Inverted atomic drop. Clothesline.
There's a little payback.
Beautiful Northern Lights release suplex.
And you talk about Simon Miller getting serious. Look at Danhausen right now. That man is all business in that ring.
The comedy's gone. The curse is gone. Look at the quickness, the agility by Danhausen.
I'm liking this. I'm liking this side of both of these guys. Danhausen's bringing it.
Good avoidance by Miller there. Straight into the kick. Miller thinks it's it. He thinks he's done. Oh. Danhausen back in control. German suplex took Miller down.
Hey, wait, what's he got?
What's he got there? That jar that he brought out before. I think we're about to find out, but I think Miller's going to find out first.
Oh, God, no, not the jar of tea.
Or not.
Oh, wait. The jar's gone.
Gone. What a slam. Power slam by Miller. 2. 3. But only just.
Whatever plans Danhausen had with that jar, they went out the window. That was a beautiful power slam by Miller. And he's not done yet.
Miller has been using the rock bottom. He likes the rock bottom. I'm sure you've got a clever name for it.
It's the money drop.
There we go.
Indeed, but Danhausen's saying, no way. He knows he can't afford one money drop. That'll beat anybody in the business.
Running knee, low. Miller to that square between the eyes. Oh, 2.
Miller's still in this one. And now it's Danhausen saying, no, it was 3. He can believe that all he wants. It doesn't make it true.
Back to the jar. He's got the lid. Oh!
He just doubled the amount of teeth in Simon Miller's mouth. What?
He's in the curse. What a kick. That's got to be it. Good night, Miller. Oh! Oh my God.
Even the jar wasn't enough to put Miller away.
Wow.
And Danhausen is flabbergasted.
The curse hasn't worked yet.
How deep into his bag of tricks does he have to dig? Oh.
Oh my God, they're back. They're back.
Wait, no, they were kicked out. They were kicked out of the building earlier.
They came through the back entrance clearly. Scott just hit Miller!
And Danhausen just hit Scott!
And Danhausen hit Miller low!
Oh no.
Go to sleep!
Nap time, Simon.
Very nice! Very evil!
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner!
Brothers all come back in to help Simon Miller. They actually cost him the match.
They did indeed. Miller lost this match mainly due to the brothers.
But maybe
they're trying to make up for it now.
Danhausen won the battle. Super Money's going to win the war.
Super Money hit. Whoa, hang on.
Oh, wait.
Miller's not happy.
Well, remember, Simon Miller told them not to come tonight. He's throwing Joey out of the ring?
Scott's not even aware of it. Well, he is now.
What's gotten into Simon Miller?
Money drop! Money drop!
I can't believe it!
Couldn't happen to a nicer fellow. Super Money are imploding right in front of us.
Danhausen must be so confused right now.
More than he normally is.
I'm confused. Who's fighting who at this point?
What an elbow drop. And a curse as well.
And
ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your winner! Very nice, very evil, love that, Danhausen!
I did not see this coming into a match like this. Simon Miller actually showing a sign of respect. He doesn't respect anybody.
I haven't seen Miller ever do this in UPW. He turned on his own team. It could be argued his team turned on him first.
Yeah.
They definitely cost him the match.
You can make the argument Simon was fed up from Scott and Joey not listening to him, not respecting attacking him.
Danhausen back on the mic.
Oh my God. Oh. Did Simon Miller save Danhausen? Okay, well, thank you, sir. My old friend. Oh, God. I flew overnight to get here. This is a good way, except for my nappy heard it, to kick off the Global Domination Fight Tour Part 2. So thank you, each and every single one of you, for coming out here and selling this show out. That's right. If that locker room in the back did not build this house, there would be no house for Danhausen to come to. So thank you to all the wrestlers, the referees, the producers, camera boy right here, camera 1, camera 2. Clean out there, I had some fish product with this guy over there, it's nice. And anyways, my suitcases are very heavy, so I buy all of my t-shirts, otherwise you're cursed. And, where's the most important one? Love that Danhausen.